Hey everyone, where we talk about electronics, movies, and occasionally pretend we're smarter than Tony Stark.
Please, no gang signs. No, throw it up, I'm kidding. Yeah, peace. I love peace.
I'm pretty sure all of you have seen Iron Man. Iron Man isn't just a superhero movie. It's basically a 2-hour advertisement for how cool it is to be a billionaire genius. His social life? Well, let's say it's complicated. And let's be real. Tony Stark is the only guy on Earth who can get kidnapped.
It's impossible.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm not Tony Stark.
Build a whole metal suit in a cave. With what was it? A box of scraps. And still somehow make it look stylish. But here's the main question. What about the electronics in the movie? Back in 2008, could anyone actually build this stuff? And now, 17 years later, is any of it finally possible? Or is Hollywood lying to us? Let's find out. So, picture this. Tony Stark, all cheerful and charming as ever, is strolling around. And then bam, terrorists decide to crash the party. Next thing you know, Tony's own weapon has him slightly roughed up. Fast forward a bit. He wakes up in a highly professional, completely clinical environment. Feels like he just escaped a nightmare, right? And what's the first thing that catches his attention? Not his scars, not the doctors, but that tiny cable sticking out of his nose. Now, here's the kicker. Even though Tony is obsessed with personal hygiene, he can still feel something the size of a small orange, roughly 10 centimeters across, right in the middle of his chest.
What is this?
That is an electromagnet hooked up to a car battery, and it's keeping the shrapnel from entering your heart.
Yep, the mysterious little battery keeping him alive and keeping all his genius plans running. So, let's talk about the battery in this scene. As the doctor he met at an engineering conference said, this is basically a car battery. For a battery that would go inside a human chest safely, we're talking about 1.5 to 3 volts. The movie probably implies 12 to 24 volts, just to make it dramatic. Next, current. Humans can safely handle only tiny currents, milliamperes, before things start going really bad. A few tens of milliamps might hurt. Anything above 50 milliamps can stop your heart. 100 milliamps or more. Deadly. Yeah, totally impossible. So in short, that tiny battery is just Hollywood magic. It looks amazing on screen. But in real life, Tony would have been fried the moment it turned on. And that, my friends, is why this scene is pure cinematic fantasy.
Take a look. I've seen many wounds like that in my village. We call them the walking dead, because it takes about a week for the barbs to reach the vital organ.
Here's the thing, in real life, Tony Stark's chest electromagnet could never do what the movie shows. It pulls the shrapnel toward him because it's made of iron. But to actually push the shrapnel away, the pieces would need to be magnetized, which they aren't. In reality, the device could only attract them. The chances of the metal pieces being pulled in are much higher than them being pushed away.
I refuse.
They torture Stark because he refuses to build the weapon and even dunk him in water. The machine part in his chest gets submerged too. His clothes even keep him constantly wet. Yet, there's no short circuit. Why? Probably because the water used in this clean environment is distilled with no minerals in it. Otherwise, Marvel wouldn't fool us like that.
That's my exit.
But don't get me wrong. It's not that everything in the movie is unrealistic. The soldering iron he uses and the actual solder metal, those are completely real tools. So here's the deal. In the movie, Tony upgrades the energy source he built in the cave and wants to replace it with a better one. He asks Pepper for help because there's a risk that the exposed wire could create a short circuit. Yes, that's actually possible. But understanding where the ends of the inductor connect isn't exactly easy.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
So that's how Tony goes from a heavy battery to a powerful arc reactor, using a tiny inductor and even a piece of palladium. While the movie takes some creative liberties, the principles of electricity, magnets, and short circuits are real. And that's why, even in a fictional world, understanding the basics can help you make sense of incredible inventions like Iron Man's chess piece.
How was the fun, B?
Thanks for watching, and remember, safety first whether you're in a cave lab or your own workshop.